So, if I remember from last time, where actually, wait, I should probably explain what video you're watching if you didn't read the fucking title like you fucking should be. I'm making What If Midoriya was Killer Croc, and the last time we ended this video, he's at the UA gates. If you didn't watch the last video, please fucking do. It's probably awful, but I don't really care that much. Now, let me talk about Midoriya, what he's wearing, because I don't remember if I explained that. He's wearing, like, he's wearing pants, tank top, like the picture, but he's wearing a big ass jacket. Like, I mean a monstrous ass jacket. And, and if you remember from last time, it said his grandpa gave him this, and he fixed the jacket, he knit it himself. On the back, he fixed the writing and it still says "No Mercy." Now, he put his hood up, and it's big enough, because this jacket, if I didn't tell you from last time, he made it himself for his grandpa, and then his grandpa's like, we got a match, dude. So basically, both of them have jackets. Now, Midoriya, his grandpa's jacket is like green on the sleeves, red on the back, and it says, on his back it says, "Family Forever." On Midoriya, it's black sleeves, red over, like, the front kind of is red, and the sleeves are black. Now, and he has his hood up so no one can see his face, and he's kind of wearing like these little, and he's kind of like not showing off any trying to show off any skin. So he's not trying to show off he's a fucking crocodile, but it's kind of obvious. Like he's not trying to show it off, but like, his hands, the scales, they show it. He just walks into UA with the swagger of a god. I'm like, this man has so much swagger and so much, like, he just says, fuck it, I'm gonna win this, doesn't matter, and walks in. Now he sits right by Bakugo. Now Bakugo and him are actually pretty good friends. Mostly because when Bakugo goes and gets in fights that he really can't win, who picks him up? Fucking Killer Croc. You know why? Because but like, also, who shows Bakugo who's really the top dog? Killer Croc. Fucking Midoriya. He could beat his fucking ass. And he shows him that your power is strong. Yeah. But you gotta work your ass off. You're not gonna be just strong because you have a strong quirk. You gotta work your ass off for this. And Bakugo kind of feels that. Kind of like, okay. And he works his ass off. From when he's 8 years old, all the way from 15 to the 8th month training, he works his ass off. Killer Croc is a fucking beast. Midoriya is a monster. Truly. He is a automatic, like, he does not hold back. If you show from the picture, those spikes that he has, he learned how to use those. His body type is very muscular build. Why? He trains like a beast. This man doesn't hold back on training. He doesn't hold back. So when he walks in and he sits down, the chairs are way too small for him. Like, the rows, when he sits down, the other side lifts up a little bit. Like, they have to put like a weight down just to even it out. That's how kind of big, like, fucking Killer Croc is. When he sat down at the very end, it lifted up the other seat. The other side of the lane, it lifted it up. Uh, Now he kind of just chills. He doesn't like he doesn't Midoriya doesn't Killer Croc doesn't like to talk. He just action he says actions are stronger than words. So he doesn't like to talk. He kind of likes to show by emotions. He will talk, but he rather show you by actions and expressions and like his like moving just in inches. He likes physical touch. He doesn't show you. He doesn't talk to you. He touches you, and you should know. Shut the fuck up, or I like you. Now, no one really liked Midoriya in that way. What do I mean by like he was cool? Everyone kind of is a friend, even the girls, but no, the girls liked him as, oh, oh, he's a nice guy, and like he can listen to me, not oh, I can be romantically involved with him. No, no one ever in the world will ever think, in his old school, never thought he was in that way. Like cute or like not cute. Why should I say cute? Handsome, because cute is a word only used for two things. Actually, probably three things. Uh, Cats, dogs, and babies. The only things. Animals, actually, let me widen the subject. Animals, babies, and like maybe a 5 to 6 year old girl. Anywhere else, that profession is not used in any sense. Come on. But he's more like handsome. No one thinks he's handsome in that sense. He doesn't show, he doesn't say, I'm gonna beat your ass. He looks at you and you just get it. Now, out of that long speech, goes away, we're gonna go for another long speech, aka President Mike. He starts talking about, you know, the the zero. He starts talking about the pointers, and Ida. He stands up and he starts blabbering his mouth like an asshole. I like Ida. I'm not gonna lie, I like Ida. But god damn it, you're a punk ass bitch and you need to stop that. What the fuck are you doing? Damn it, Ida. He was but he starts he's just like, yeah, I thought he doesn't yell. He speaks very fluidly and very loudly. What about the blah blah blah? I'm not gonna say the same thing. I thought because of a number 1 school that it would do a lot better. And when he says that like Midori kind of wakes up solely in his head. He's like, did this motherfucker really just say this? And he just taps him on his shoulder. Now Ida is like, looks at him, and Midoriya, he doesn't stand up. He just presents himself. He puts his back straight. He puts his hand on him and just puts pressure. Like he looks at him, and in his eyes, Ida like literally like he hears like the deepest fucking voice just say, "Sit the fuck down, you fucking dumbass." That's not his voice. But he just hears after the Killer Croc puts his hand on him and just starts putting pressure. Not a lot, just a little on his shoulder, and just trying to make him sit down. That he just hears, like, his eyes are just saying, what the fuck are you doing? Sit the hell down. And he just sits down. Now Ida is 2 things. Mad and embarrassed. Actually 3 things. Mad, embarrassed, and fucking terrified. Because you just saw a 7-foot tall, 6'7", like 7. I'm gonna say 7 foot tall, average 7 foot tall crocodile just look at you in your eyes not say a word, put pressure on your shoulder to make you sit down. And you can't stop him. Now you're probably going to be thinking, what about Haraka? Araka's scared as shit as him. Like everyone else. Except maybe Bakugo. Araka literally left to the side and just stayed away from him like everyone else. Remember, Haraka's broke. She doesn't need damages. Araka's broke. She doesn't need fucking health. She doesn't have any health care. This man's big. If you get the health care joke, you fucking assholes. Now, he goes to take his test now. Actually, wait, yeah. Let's say because I don't really know. They talk about the 0-pointers, all that stuff. Then they take the test. Let's say he gets a little bit better score than he did his first time. Like when in the anime or manga, he gets a little bit better. Like he doesn't get a lot better, but he gets a little bit better because of his confidence. He has a lot more confidence. He's not overconfident, but he has a lot more confidence. That means that he doesn't get anxiety. He doesn't falter, and he knows what he knows, and that's what he does. He kind of messes up a little bit, but he does pretty good. Now the physical attributes, they're all sitting in this cage. Now, when Midoriya walks out, should I add this? Yeah, I want to add this. When Midoriya walks out, he takes off his jacket. His red and kind of black jacket, mixed colors, hood black. Unzips it, ties it around his waist. Does some simple stretches, and I mean he starts stretching. Actually, wait, one other thing. He takes off his shoes, and they just see his beastly form and monstrous body strength, and they are scared for their fucking lives. Now, one other thing. 2 other people are in. There's actually 1 other person and a half. 1 other person is in here. Froppy's in this thing. I don't think she was in the actual anime. I don't know. But I think she wasn't. So I'm gonna say she wasn't, and leave it off with that because it's my shit and I don't care. So she's in there, and she heard some rumors from the other test subjects when she was walking in that there was this giant monstrous kid, and he looked like he had a mutation cord, and he looked like he was an alligator, and that piqued her interest. That piqued her interest so much because in her last school, she didn't really have she had Dark Shadow and Dark Shadow and I forgot his name. I need to put posters up on the fucking names, but Dark Shadow and Dark Shadow. But Dark Shadow is the only one who talked to her, not Birdface. I'm gonna call him that just for laughs. Just for this one video, I'm gonna call him Birdface because I want to call him Birdface for at least one video. But Dark Shadow is the only one to talk to him because Birdface is really just a fucking dark motherfucker. He lives in his social bubble, But Dark Shadow's like, fuck that shit, and just popped out and started talking to the only person who looked, she looked like a frog. She looks like a frog. But what can she do with that tongue, yo? But no lies. But Dark Shadow basically talks to her. Birdface doesn't. Is it Toki? No, that's different. But yeah, I'm gonna call him Birdface. If I don't know a character's name, I'm gonna say it by a quirk. Like Tail Dude? Yep. Mm-hmm. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I don't care. You can look it up later. Well, she kind of like hops up at a little height and just sees this massive, or like this massive circle of just him and him alone. Like he's in the center and everyone is just, it's like the sea. It's like it's just like he's in the middle and everyone is far, it's just he's pushed up, they're like pushing him up against the wall. Like someone like push him a little bit, like the people who are like really close, like you're like are like on the outer, yeah, on like where you, like where Midori you can see them. They're like pushing him like, hey, let me, like, no, I don't want to be out there. And Froppy sees this and he's like, but he's still doing like the simple stretches, working his arms, working his legs. And he's like, she sees this and like kind of licks her lips. Like, like, like literally licks her lips and says, I'm not kidding. Damn. I would want that if, damn. I want that. Straight up. She says that in her head. Damn, I want that. Why am I saying it? You fucking should know this. Why do I have to say, of course she says it? I said it already. Fuck off. I don't care. Fuck off. Why did I say fuck off? And then he's like, heroes! President Mike said, heroes don't have timers. Go! And then just open, heroes don't have timers. And this is, don't have it was countdowns, right? Yeah. Heroes don't have countdowns. Go! And it just fucking opens the door. Now, Ida blasts off and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna beat this little fucking monster of a person. And I'm not gonna, like, I'm super fast, I'm super strong, I can do this. As you just see fucking Killer Croc just bass by him. Just by pure strength of his calves, his feet, he goes to a, like, lower, and he jumps first, almost like a frog, and his kind of like nails slap into a building. And he goes like hopping from building to building and building and building and building and building to building to building. And he just starts crushing them. I mean, massacring them. 3-pointers, 2-pointers, 1-pointers. To the point where he's fully surrounded and he just grabs the 3-pointer and just spins the 3-pointer fully around and just starts smashing them. Now this is where the anger comes out. He has controlled anger. I told you this in the last video. You could just see that he just focusing on it. He doesn't care about, like, one person was like, who has a fire quirk, was going to, like, actually let's say a clever quirk. Let's make one up who has a like ice quirk but only goes down to his feet. Like he could, like, like Friezo, like who freezes like from the Incredibles, and freezes and he like slides. That's basically him, but his ice quirk only works with his feet, and he kind of just slides and just freezes things. Yeah, he was going for like a freeze stop, walking just Midoriya or Killer. I'm gonna call him Killer Croc. Killer Croc just boom, charges in like a football star, breaks, shatters the freaking robot, and just keeps on going, like nothing even happened. Now, he's like, and he's starting to like relax and starting to cool off, because his like tank top, because of all the like explosions and all that shit has taken his body, the tank top is off. The tank top is just burned from a crisp. Why did I? Sorry, my brain had to think a little bit. Burnt to a crisp and just shattered. Like, not shattered, just ripped. And he just, like, the very back, the only, like, piece of it that is still standing is his, like, very back, and he just grabs it and just, like, takes it off and chucks it onto the ground. And he's just like, I guess I'm done. And he just hears, boom, boom, ah, watch out. And you just hear, you just hear screams after screams after screams, where just hundreds of like 200 to 340, like 200 kids start running against Izuku. Now he knows this is off, because one, no one would run at Izuku unless something is more scary behind them. Like, it's like animals. And he starts like, he's like, ah, and he's like, I don't want to deal with, and he sees the 0 pointer, and it's just this massive, he's like, ah, I kind of don't want to deal with that. And he just hears, he doesn't hear a scream, he starts walking away, but he just hears a crunch of like a bone. He just hears like that crunch of a bone, and he looks backwards, and he sees not Uraraka, because Uraraka's not in this zone. He sees Froppy trying to wrap her tongue around the boulder who crushed her leg. Now, it's broken. Her leg is broken, and she's trying to wrap her tongue around it and flip it, but it's too big, and she can't get a good grip. Maybe because of the blood. Because she's trying to grab it, and the blood is kind of like seeping into the rock, so she can't get a good grip. And he's just like, he just kind of like shrugs his shoulders, and like Ida's like he kind of hates the kid, but he doesn't want to see him die. So he's like, "What are you doing? Don't do that!" As like the 0 pointer is about to crush her, as fucking Killer Croc just stops his foot from like even crushing her, looking at the girl. Now, Killer Croc has not seen any girl who is like he's seen a little bit, but not like whose animal like who animal like mutate is so like kind of vivid, and kind of like like other girls, when they have like an animal mutate, it's usually like a cat or a tiger, not a fucking frog. Like, he is the only one in his entire class that's kind of a cold-blooded animal. And he sees this frog girl. Now, I'm not going to say he got hard, but I'm going to say that his pants, you're lucky he brought pants. Because if it was sweatpants, god damn, that would be showing. He kind of looked at her. His eyes went bright wide, and he just calmed down and just started his anger. He's like, ah. He just starts fucking yelling. He's like, ah. Rips off the 0 pointer's leg. Flips around. Uses his leg to smash the 0 pointer in the face. Yeah. He grabs it, uses his full to impale his leg into the Zero Pointer's face and just rip that shit off while like pushing forwards, like almost like a push, and just rips that off. As he looks at it, looks at the girl, as she looked at her, he looked at her, instantly thought, oh shit, I probably should get the rock off of her. One-handed, slaps his nails in it, rips off the thing, sees her leg is not super bloody, but it's definitely crushed and there's definitely some wounds. As he picks her up bridal style and just, I'm gonna call it an All Might leap because it is, when it's just, Superman jumps it, and when he kind of, you see like the breaking, he jumps all the way to the end, lands, still her in bridal style, gives her to the her to the people that are there, her the doctor, or what's her name? Actually, I'm gonna say she's actually working somewhere else right now, because there was a lot more injured. There was a lot more uninjured people in another group. So there's just like kind of paramedics and kind of like surgeons there to take care of them. And he's like, oh, he looks at him, and in his eyes, he doesn't even have to tell her. Just didn't even have to tell any of them. He just says, with his eyes, not anything. Take care of her, or your head will not be attached to your body. Just looking with her eyes. Places her on the gurney, kind of just shrugs off and just walks. As he like unhooks his like jacket from his waist, puts it on, and he just zips it. He just puts his hands through, puts his hood up, and just starts walking. And this will be the end of What If Midoriya was Killer Croc.